My earliest memory of the park was probably, I don't know, 3, 4 years old. We'd always come in through the berm. You'd go in there and push things around, and then you'd see the park.
When you were fighting for this park, how much did the art aspect play into it?
The art aspect was really a very big part because you don't see any playgrounds being made this way at all. And to be able to connect Benjamin Dominguez back to his own education at the university in Mexico City and the training that he received really brought out how complex it is to work with concrete, and that he was putting color into the concrete, and that they've endured so well with virtually no maintenance was really a testament to how well he crafted these pieces. So it was a big part of the argument. It was how we actually connected to the city council, because so many of them didn't have young children. But we talked about the aesthetic of coming here and what it's like to have these pieces. And so the art is a really powerful part of the story.
Everyone has a playground like that. What do you think the number one reason is?
For safety reasons?
That's it. That is the number one reason. Every single community in the United States, every single one, has a playground just like that. One of the things, again, that makes San Gabriel a special place is the playground that you see out there.
We wanted to make sure that no matter what happened, even though we might talk about it as a cultural landscape, we wanted to be sure that kids would always be able to play on the playground. We didn't want it to be a place that was fenced off, where you could walk around it and only look at it as art, because it was art that was meant to be touched, and these are creatures that are meant to be hugged, and they are things that you're supposed to climb and clamor on.
People who immigrate to this country come here for particular reasons. And my mother was an immigrant. She came here to work and for freedom, right? That's what she did. Benjamin Dominguez, in his letters to his kids, continuously repeats, yes, we're from Mexico, but the country that you're loyal to is the country that gives you work. Benjamin Dominguez's story is a story of somebody coming and making it, but it's also the story of a country that welcomes him. Because it was Supervisor Bonelli of Bonelli Park and all that. Mm-hmm. He recognized Benjamin Dominguez's talent. Here it is, a LA supervisor, right? And by this time, Bonelli was a big time person. Taking under his wing a Mexican immigrant who made 9 sculptures for him or whatever it is at Leg Lake, and then starts reaching out to other cities saying, you want this guy to do this work. So not only is it a person who has an incredible story of being an immigrant, but it also has a story of a person with political power, with a lot of funding, who reaches out. We talk all over the place. We've talked all over the country. What do you think we get invited to talk about?
The structures.
No.
The children.
Nope.
The fight?
The fight. How did you do the impossible?
A lot of my students, they live in a community and they feel safe there, and they don't venture too far out of their community. So bringing them here and letting them see all this, and that's basically what my motivation is as a teacher, is to expand, their borders to outside of their communities. So yeah, my students are actually I want them to construct sea creatures like these. We're gonna use paper mache, we don't have access to clay, but yeah, I want them to experience that same thing that Benjamin Dominguez, learned, and they're gonna learn in the process of doing the art project based around it.
Right, it's his best work. You see some of these really beautiful, smooth shapes in his design. If you get a chance to see the pieces at Whittier Narrows, they're much more angular. The noses aren't as smooth and round, and we sort of watch as his artistic style develops. So here it's all very smooth and soft. So it's his best work, it's his last work, and it's the only one where all of the pieces are grouped together, talking to each other the way that he thought that they should. And we think it makes it a really special place for play.
My name is Christian Oswell. I've been going here for as long as I can remember, probably when I was around 8 or 9. I've been coming here. I've grown up my whole life in San Gabriel Valley.
Do you notice that the kids play differently in this style of park as opposed to the newer parks?
Oh yeah. Once they set foot on this playground, they see all the dinosaurs, the animals. It's just a different atmosphere when they see that. Compared to a regular playground, it's more of like a jungle gym. Some of them are more excited to ride a dragon, a snail, go down the whale slide. So it's a different atmosphere, and I know the kids love it compared to those standard parks everywhere else. It's really hard to believe that they were going to tear it down, so it's good to know that they did actually save it.
What was it that really drove you to really want to go to these lengths to save it?
We joke that it's our fifth child, and it really is our family member. We sort of check in on the kids and check in on the playground. To me, it was really seeing that this is what I needed to do to give back. I'm a product of public schools. I believe in public institutions and public spaces, and to not help them continue and to benefit the community is a waste of what I was given.
So for us, it was our play, and that we wanted that for our children. But that's not an argument that saves things. So for me, it's always been a personal struggle to maintain a place and keep a time period. And I think as a historian, what I've realized more and more is that this is reminiscent of a different time. So we've changed as a society, but children's play has not changed.